obviously it's a bank holiday weekend, and this is what happens in Britain. Every bank holiday, we have literally had lovely summer days up until now. It's now going to be Easter. In fact, it's Good Friday today, and I've just popped to Tesco's, and yeah, this is what happens. So there we have it. Hiya, just a very quick one. Yes, I just showed you the rain, and as you can see on my glasses and everything else, it is atrocious out there. I am off to the Gems Vintage Rally tomorrow. So that's tomorrow, that's Saturday. So Easter Saturday, Easter Sunday, Easter Monday. Today's Good Friday, and I've just popped to Tesco's to get some shopping for the weekend, and for my mum and Steve, who will be at home, and I will be travelling back and forth to the rally. It's a place called Stithian's Showground, which is down near Liskeard. It's about an hour's drive from home for me, so I will be doing that back and forth, because I just don't have anywhere to stay. I could sleep in the gazebo, but the main reason I'm not doing that actually is because I can't get access to electricity, so I can't charge my phone. My phone is pretty old, and doesn't hold a charge all day anyway, so even with my power bank, I'm not 100% sure that I could go the whole 3 days. So yeah, I decided not to take my camp bed or anything to set up in my gazebo overnight. I think it'd be fun, but I don't want to risk not having the phone, so there's going to be quite a hefty fuel bill on top of my or to be included in my expenses, but there we have it. That's that was my choice to do that. So I'm now going to fill up with fuel before I go, and then go home and unpack the shopping. And at some point later on today, hopefully when it stops raining, I will pack the car. As I came out of Tesco's, it was light rain, and as I got to the car and started to put the boot up and unpack the shopping bags, it got heavier and heavier and heavier, and it's now really quite heavy. So yeah, I might be packing the car later on this afternoon, this evening, if it stops raining. And if it doesn't stop raining, I'm just going to have to do it anyway. But I would rather it just lightened up. It is forecast for today, to be fair. It's forecast for today, and I think it's actually forecast through till tomorrow morning. So it's not going to be great to be putting the gazebo up in the rain, but if I have a choice, I'd rather it rained now and then cleared for the weekend. There is nothing worse than doing a trade show in the rain, because people just don't want to come out. Sorry, I've just putting my hand over the lens there. Yeah, they'll come out, or they might not come out. Even if they bought tickets, they might not come out. But if they have bought tickets, they might come out, see the bit that they've come out for, which in this case would be the classic cars. And then, they're not going to hang around, because if they get something to eat, it's just going to get weather in it. And there'll be nowhere to sit. Yeah, it can be thoroughly miserable, but I am not manifesting that. It is going to be a wonderful weekend. The sun is going to shine. People are going to come out. They're going to want to spend their money at my stall. I'm going to make lots of people very happy, and as a byproduct of that, I will also be very happy, and I will be reporting back to you about the most wonderful weekend that I have had. So that's what we're manifesting, that's what we're going for, and I will see you a bit later on, depending on what parts I get to record and not. All right, speak to you later. Bye bye. Morning. So today it's show day. It's just gone 6 o'clock, it's about 8 minutes past 6. I'm just heading on down to Stithian's showground now. It's about an hour and 10 minutes away from me. I want to get there nice and early. I don't know where I'm going to be. I've been to this showground before. I've traded there under other guises before, and so I know the layout, which I'm happy about, but I don't know where I'm going to be. I'm hoping with it they might put us on the concrete apron rather than the grass, but you know, whatever. So yeah, I'm on my way there now, so be just over an hour before I get there, and then we get set up. I am super early, it doesn't start till 10, but I was ready, and I always figure that if I'm ready and I've done everything I need to do at home and I'm packed, just go get there early. That way you can account for, you know, all kinds of interruptions that hopefully then won't actually interrupt your day or spoil your day. So I'm off, and I will catch up with you later. So here we are, just arrived. The showground is literally just waking up. There's been a lot of people that have obviously stayed here overnight. This is going to be the first row of craft tents, or stalls really. It's not all craft. I'm going to be in the row behind. Hopefully that's okay. I've just spoken to the organiser, and she said she's hoping that another 6 or 7 are going to be coming, and they'll be next to me along the same row as I'm in, because otherwise it's a bit of a concern that people will see this side and think, oh yeah, that's all the stalls, and not actually realise that there's anything behind, especially if it's just little old me on my own. And once I'm set up, I really don't want to have to move, but I mean, I guess I could ask to move if I do end up being one on my own. But as I say, organiser says there's another 6 or 7 of us coming during this morning, whereas he's all set up obviously yesterday, and Thursday as well, I think. But at the moment, this is what's here. So there's Lightning McQueen. Campervan next to me looks like it's doing something, and there'll be some plants there, I reckon. So I'm going to be here. I'm going to be here. Hang on, I'll tell you where I'm going to be. I'm going to be here, facing that way. So I just hope people won't look down the line and think it's just campers, because that's what it looks like at the moment. Oh no, there's a lifeboat. Okay, alright, well, it is what it is. Off we go. Let's get into the car. See you on the other side. Just showing that, at least to start with, Penny Pot Cottage is actually showing, because I think it's all going to go like the end one where it flies up. Oh yeah, there we go. And I'm not tall enough to get it down once the gazebo's up, so this might be the last time we all see it properly. Feels like a million grid walls later. We are now Pot Cot. So here we are. This is the final setup. Just got the price tags to put on now. I think this is how it's going to be. It keeps raining, so I have to keep moving the table further and further back, and the wind is just knocking them over as well, so that's going to be really joyful, but it is what it is. So there we have it. There's the setup today, and yeah, we've lost the bunting, so never mind. I've got my big sign to go outside as well in a minute. Here's the showground. I think that's where people are going to come in. It does go around the front as well. There we are. Ooh, that looks a good stall. People will want to go there. We've got stalls along there, and then we've got stalls behind me, which is along the front. We've got another couple down there as well. Really quiet. So whilst I'm sitting here, I just thought I would crochet a rat. He's coming along nicely, and I'll go show you the stall. Oh, my back is really aching now after lugging in 2 lots of weights per leg and the gazebo and everything else. Here's how we're looking. I have to lay things down, the frames, because they're just not going to stand up because of the wind. Hello, sorry. Yeah, sorry. You can go and have a look. Don't let me stop you. Still having to lay the signs down just because it's so windy. They just keep falling over. There's a couple of gaps in there somewhere. And I've taken a commission for 2 dogs. So that's obviously bumped up my profits. Oh, there goes my tablecloth. And yeah, there's the bunting. We're just not going to mention that. When it's down, it looks nice, and when it's up, yay, there you go. But by and large, it's a very quiet day. The tractors apparently are coming tomorrow. They couldn't get in here today. Yeah, it's just generally the same people that are just wandering around. Go through and see if I can get a video of the other side. Just give a thumbs up to my vendor neighbour, who's really lovely. She helped to sail when I was just coming back from the toilet. I came back to find that she'd sold one of the crochet hooks for me, so that was really lovely. So she's wonderful, thank you very much. And so that's the back of us there, and then the other street, the other road is just through here. So they're lined up along there, and down there's some food. The craft tent is up in that building there. That's the craft tent, the craft building. And there's some kids areas. There's Lightning McQueen again, which I think I showed you earlier. But yeah, it's been disappointing, I won't lie. Did think there was going to be a lot more people, but my next door neighbour vendor has assured me that tomorrow is going to be really busy. So there's some lovely plants here, look. Apparently it's going to be very busy tomorrow because everyone will be off tomorrow because it's actually Easter Sunday, whereas today they still have to work. So I do hope so. I'll check in again later. Things I've learned is definitely that I need to put these in, get some of those thin plastic bags and just pop them in, because they are very attractive to children. They do look like pencils, and I get that they're bright and colourful and they feel nice, and of course that they want to play with them. But unfortunately, even when a parent says no, they're crochet hooks, you don't need one of those. They want to come along and touch every single one. Yeah, again, I do get it, but I think I'm going to end up getting some of those long thin bags and just pop them in there just to protect them so they don't get too dirty. But yeah, so sold one of the 6 ones today, 6mm ones today. Morning, so here we are about to start day 2. It's what is it, it's 8:30 in the morning, so I've got here a little bit early because last night I did pack up all my plushies and everything. There they are in the back. Just obviously didn't want to leave them out overnight. I'm hoping that the gazebo is absolutely fine. It's incredibly windy up here, or rather when the wind blows, it really comes through up here. So I'm hoping it was a nice calm night. I dropped the legs of the gazebo right down as low as I could with the display inside. So I'm hoping that has helped. But you know, we'll have to just go and see what it looks like. But yeah, so I took all the plushies home. So when I get there this morning, I'll have to reset them up, put all the price stickers and everything in. I just didn't want anything to go damp overnight or risk getting damaged. It won't take me very long. So I'll flip the camera around and you can drive down the track with me. It's a private track, so that's absolutely fine. We've got to go slow anyway. And then we can see the beautiful countryside, because it really is lovely out here. So see you in a moment. Two. I've managed to lower the bunting, so although we'll have to just prop that up ever so slightly, but at least I can reach it when it flips and flaps about. Got my board out, everything's priced up because it's such a nice day, and look, there's not a cloud in the sky, so I think we're going to be really lucky with the weather. So I've taken a chance. I've pulled the tables right forward. I've put my little sail table outside, and that's basically just older ones that I've had hanging. Look at these two stunners. Aren't they absolutely gorgeous? Imagine rocking up to do a show or a market in one of those. That'd be amazing. So I promised my friend John, who watches my videos, that I would try and get some pictures of the more classic cars, because he's a bit of a petrol head. Just going to go around and see if I can see them. Very disappointed to see that there's things like Escorts and what's the other one, Corvettes or something, Capris, that are now classed as retro or vintage or antique, classic. Because I'm sure it's only a few years ago that I was going to school in something like that. So here you go, John. This bit's for you. Although, John, I'm sceptical because I still remember the time that you told us that you just bought yourself a new car and it was a Rover, I don't know, GTI or something like that you described it as. And then when we came to see you, it was a mini Metro. But yeah, don't know if you remember that. Still makes me laugh today. Here you go, buddy. Have your fill.
Spit on it.
There's a few more down there. See if I can zoom in. Hope you can see that okay, because the sun's really in my eyes. I guess when I do some editing, if it's cut out, you'll never know. You won't see it.
They're all crochet.
It's going amazingly well. I've got loads of gaps. It's been brilliant so far, and don't want what the time is, but I think it's about maybe 12:30. It's 3:15 and we finish at 4, so this is pretty much how we're ending day 2, unless I get anything else in the last 45 minutes. But quite a lot down to what we were this morning.
Big, big, big booty, booty. Big, big, big booty, booty. Big, big booty, booty. Let it bounce. Shake it, drop it.
Here we go, round 3, day 3. This is the fit check this morning. Not as many left as there were at the beginning, which I'm very pleased with. So here we go in. Oh, a couple of little bum kitties that I've made. I think they're really quite cute. I made one, sold one, so I've made these 2, put them out, well, I put the tricolour one out late yesterday afternoon, and the grey and white one I made last night, so have to see how they're going to go down this morning today. Put a little price ticket in, and here's the rest of it. Today it's Monday, Easter Monday, Bank Holiday Monday, the last day of the show, and unfortunately it's turned out a little bit similar to Saturday. Those are the only cars that have turned up. Just one single line along there. No tractors. The weather's okay. It is a bit cloudy and it has been prone to a few showers. By and large it's still quite sunny, but there's not a huge amount of people. The ones that are coming almost seem bored by the whole thing, so yeah, it's not great. It's 11:30 and I've only really had a couple of people stop by and chat, and I haven't had anybody even looking serious. They've taken photographs of the details, so that's hopeful, but yeah, nothing so far after yesterday, when by 11:30 I'd made 180 quid, or taken 180 pounds. So expectations are somewhat lower today. We'll see what happens. Brief update, I've had a few sales. So a recap of the weekend. It was a really well organised event. It was their first event at that showground for Gems Rally, Gems Vintage Rally. It was really well organised. The people were lovely. It was brilliant to have my gazebo outside, so I would definitely do that again rather than go inside the craft marquee if I get the choice. So I'm just going to go through now and tell you what sold and give you some breakdowns. So first of all, the actual results were: total sales £542, total expenses were £90.80. Those expenses were: table was £35, well, gazebo was £35, and the fuel to get there, it was total miles of 378 miles, which is £55.80, because I had to travel there and back each day, so it was 62 miles each way. And I had to do that for over 3 days because I couldn't stay there. So my total fuel bill was £55.80. So expenses were £90.80. My material costs were £105.31. So my total expenses out were £196.11. My sales were £542. So my profit was £345.89. Woohoo! So excited. I was messaging Lucy from Lulu's Crochet and More, and I said, yay, look at this. She was really excited, so that was brilliant. So I'll now go through with you what I sold, and if I can, I will put some pictures up somewhere here. They may just be sort of like the cutout photos that I managed to snag out of my video of my setup. So on the Saturday was a bit of a dull and overcast day, and unfortunately the tractors didn't manage to get on the ground, get onto the show ground. I think it was too damp, too wet underfoot, so there weren't a great deal of people around, and it was the same people that just kept coming around all day. So I think a lot of them might have been fellow traders and vendors. So, you know, I'm grateful for whatever sales I got. I'm always grateful for whatever sales I get, but in particular on this day, because we didn't have much of a flow of traffic. So I sold one bun kitty for £18. I took 2 commissions for dogs, which was a total of £44. I sold one brown cow for £25. I sold a sloth for £28. I sold one of the capybaras for £22, and I sold a 6mm hook for £10, and that was on Saturday. Easter Sunday, really busy day. Lots of footfall came through. So I sold a white cat for £20, a pig for £20, a hook for £10. I didn't write down what size. I think it might have been another 6mm. Another cat for £20, and I didn't write down what the cat was, so I don't know. They're all loaf cats. They're all my patterns are based on the loaf cat, and then I modify them if necessary. A dog for £10. I've got what I call I called it a discount dog. I've got some older stock which I've had around for a little while, and I decided to discount them to half price. So discount dog for £10, a black and white cow for £25. I took another commission for a dog for £22. I took a commission for an extra large bunny rabbit for £25. I sold a white rat for £15. I sold another discounted dog for £10, a black and white dog for £22, a grey and white rat for £15, a brown and white rat for £15, and a green and white smaller cat for £18. Interestingly enough, that green and white cat was it's the same pattern and everything. Now, whether I missed a stitch or two, I don't know, because it definitely came out smaller, and it was made with Utopia yarn, which is usually the thickest yarn I've actually got, but it came out a bit smaller, so I did it for 18. And another disco dog, a discounted dog. It's written in my book as disc dog, so it looks like disco dog, for £10. So that was Saturday. That was an amazing day. I was so excited. Easter Monday, and it was another quite nice day. We had a shower of rain, but which luckily blew straight across the top of the gazebo and didn't even hit the front of the gazebo at all. So not even the tablecloth got wet. That was amazing. And then it became really nice. The whole day was nice, but there were no tractors there again. The event organisers actually posted on social media that they wouldn't be charging an entrance fee because unfortunately the cars that they were expecting to turn up didn't turn up, the classic cars. So it was just a donation only if people wanted to just come in, and people still did. So on day 3, Easter Monday, I'd made one rat in the evening on Saturday. I was so tired, but I just managed to make one rat, and I put him out and he sold. I sold a giraffe, so one rat for £15, one giraffe for £25, a bun kitty for £18, a bun kitty for £18, another cat for £20, another dog for £22, and a 5mm hook for £10. So that was all of my sales. That to date has been my biggest and best and most successful event. Absolutely blinding. I'm absolutely buzzing. I've now got some commissions that I need to crack on with. I'm so excited. So that's all my news, and I shall catch up with you all very soon. Hope you take care. Lots of love. Speak to you later. Bye bye.